Hey guys, welcome back, and this is my review to Crash Bandicoot the N-Sane Trilogy. It's been a while since I've done a game review, because normally how it works is I play the game and then I give my overall thoughts on said game. When it comes to this, since it's a remaster, I want to say right now I have no personal experience with the original trilogy or any of those from the 90s. I never got a chance to play them. I was a bit upset about that. But this game, I'm happy this came out so I could have a chance to play them. Now, what I've been told from lots of people on the internet, that the N-Sane trilogy has upgraded its difficulty to make it more annoying than the original. Okay. So this will be kind of a review both from a remaster point of view and for new viewers, you know. So what I'm going to say is, the Crash Bandicoot N-Sane Trilogy, graphic-wise, it's phenomenally looking good. It's a very good-looking game. It's probably one of its strongest points, if not the strongest point. Another good point about it is they had to upgrade the voice actors to the modern-day voice actors. They had to get Lex Lang for Dr. Cortex. I don't know who does Crash's voice, but I don't think it really matters, because he just blah blah. He just says weird sound effects. And they got the, I don't remember the guy who does Uka's voice, Aku's voice, but he's the same guy from Crash of the Titans and all those modern games from the modern Crash games from the early 2000s. They didn't get, no, Uka. I always get the masks muddled up, because they're basically the same name, just reversed. But Uka, the original actor probably passed away or something. Then they got in the early 2000s, it was the guy who plays Dr. Dragon and all that stuff. But they decided to go back to the original roots and make Uka a powerful, intimidating foe instead of his cackling laughter guy, because you already got Cortex for that role. So that was nice of them to go back to the traditional roots there. I will say for new viewers that what is the hardest game out of the trilogy? The first one, then the second one, and if you see me play on Crash 3, that was easily the easiest out of the three of them, and it was the most enjoyable. So if I ranked these games, it would be Crash 3, then Crash 2, and then Crash 1. Because number one, the strongest weakness of number one is the fact that he's just rescuing a woman for the sake of a woman, you know? And that's kind of the Mario stuff. But they upgraded it as the sequels went along to make it more interesting and by rising the stakes. And it's a very good, well put together trilogy, and I did like how they're all connected very loosely in plots. And if you want to get the full ending, you have to collect all the gems and stuff, so there is reason for 100%ing the game. There are some Easter eggs for Uncharted and the previous games that if you play them for free, you're like, oh, there's that and there's that. And yeah, so I would say it's a good worthy pickup if you're a fan of Crash Bandicoot like I am. If you haven't had a chance to play the original trilogy like I didn't do, go pick it up. Now's a good chance to do it. It's been out for a while, and there are adverts still out for this game, because, you know, they're doing Spyro next. Like I said on Crash Bandicoot 3, I'm not going to be picking up the Spyro Reignited trilogy for several reasons, and I'll go into those reasons now. First of all, I've heard, and it's kind of probably true, that Activision or Toys for Bob or whatever they're going to release the trilogy, and you have one game per disc, and you've got to download the other two. And I think that's kind of unfair, because the Crash Bandicoot had all 3 games on one disc, so it's kind of unfair for those Spyro fans. I myself am a Spyro fan, but not as big a fan as I am Crash. I do like Spyro to an extent when it comes to Skylanders, because I'm in that sort of category. But when it comes to Spyro on his own games, I do like his character and his journey. It's just that I feel I have a stronger connection to Crash when it comes to his separate games. That's how I work with it, and that's why I wanted to get the Crash one more than I will the Spyro. So I'm not going to get the Spyro based on what I've just said. But what I'd like to say, if I gave this game a rating, well, it's 3 games, so, anyway, I should go over the overall plot for those, People haven't seen the spoiler alert for the plots, but it's kind of easy to go over. The first game is about Crash rescuing a woman from Dr. Cortex because he wants to experiment on her to make a general. He wants to make Crash a general to his army and all that. There is if you play Crash at the Titans, we learn how he was actually created, which is by Nina, and I do like that idea, how he was created by Nina, and then Cortex is the one that screwed it up a bit, when he tried to brainwash him. But yeah. In Crash 2, it's about Cortex manipulating Crash to get up these crystals he finds under his island, so he can power up a satellite weapon to rule the world, destroy the world, something like that. So, the stakes are higher, and yeah, Crash, it is a more engaging plot than Woman Rescue, but it is fallback because Crash is kind of an idiot, so, yeah. Crash 3 is about time travel, and that easily, time travel is a hard thing to do in movies and games because there could always be continuity, but continuity aside, it's still fun going to all these different worlds and realms besides jungles and factories, so we get all kinds of different environments, and yeah, it's pretty fun, and it was the most enjoyable experience for me out of the three of them. And since Uka is now released from in the second game, the satellite ship thing crashes on Uka's prison and breaks him out, and then they team up. And it's revealed that Cortex and Uka have been working together all this time in the trilogy. So yeah, it's a nice overflowing thing. It's not too complicated. It's a very simplistic plot that you can get over well and done with. So if I rated these games, each one of them separately, Crash 1 I'll give a C. Ooh, what will I give out of 10? Crash, I'll give it 7.5 out of 10. A few points missing because of the difficulty and the plot of how difficult the game is. Second one, I'm gonna give it a solid 8. Like I said, difficulty is the only problem, and I don't think there really was much trouble of anything besides the difficulty. Yeah. My other problem with the second game was how Crash is so gullible. That is suitable with his character, but the first and second games are predictable and all that. Yeah, and then easily for Crash 3, I'm gonna give it, what will I give Crash 3? I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10. There was some troubling levels, like the biker levels, which you've seen me had trouble with, but other than that, I didn't really have any points missed off this game. It was a really good, and I will say the final fight was kind of short from what I expected. I mean, I had the same issue with the sequel, Crash 2, that had a really short fight. The first game had a really good boss fight finale, well, the other two were kind of short. The third one was a bit better than the second one, but, you know, overall, yeah, so that one gets a 7, the first one gets a 7, that one got an 8, and the third one gets a 9, so yeah. Overall, guys, this has been my thoughts on Crash Bandicoot. I have now got all the game recorded and all stuff, so I've taken that game off my PS4, I've still got the disc, I've still got it, so if I ever want to replay the game, I can. And I've got it on YouTube, so I can always rewatch myself playing it, but, you know, so I have rooms now for other games to get into the fold. And the next game I'll be playing, if I can find it, where is it? Just had it in. Yeah, next time we'll be playing Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, to finish up the Nathan Drake stuff and all that. It is the latest Uncharted game. I haven't played, well, I have played off camera, but I played actually a lot, really. So I'll be looking forward to playing that on live stream, and then after I've done that, I can rank all of the Uncharted games, and that is something I've been waiting to do for a while, so that'll be fun. If anybody wants to know what the next video is going to be, it's either going to be a Beast Quest thing, it may be the Uncharted stuff, or it might be something completely different. I really don't know. We'll see how things progress. So next time, guys, leave a like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps out my channel. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome, and I really mean that. So just the guys, like I always said, peace.